The final phase of Golden Kamuy is a sprawling historical story that blends survivalism, dark comedy, and cultural preservation against the backdrop of post-war Hokkaido. The setting takes place in Meiji-era Japan, incorporating the cultural traditions and language of the indigenous Ainu people, alongside political tensions between Japanese military factions and Russian border forces. The rules of this universe are rooted in physical reality, where cold weather, starvation, firearm mechanics, and tactical cunning dictate survival. The lore is introduced through traditional Ainu hunting practices, cooking customs, and folklore, building a living historical ecosystem where every geographic region carries historical scars and cultural memory. Seiichi Sugimoto is the main protagonist, and his core trauma comes from the brutal trenches of the Russo-Japanese War, earning him the terrifying nickname of Immortal Sugimoto. His mental burden is an intense mix of survivor guilt, post-traumatic stress, and an unyielding promise made to a fallen comrade to financially secure his surviving wife. His main goal shifts from a simple quest for gold to a protective drive to safeguard a Sherpa, the young Ainu girl who holds the key to the hidden treasury. He represents the war-broken veteran, struggling to retain his humanity and capacity for empathy amidst relentless bloodshed.
The primary antagonist, Lieutenant Tokushiro Tsurumi, commands an elite faction of the 7th Division and represents manipulative charisma and psychological warfare. His motivations are driven by a nationalist desire to secure autonomous military power for Hokkaido, fueled by a distorted paternal love for his fallen subordinates and an ambition to reshape the state. Tsurumi stands in direct opposition to Sugimoto's personal loyalty, utilising institutional control and manipulation to bend others to his will. This antagonist mirrors the protagonist through their shared status as veterans scarred by combat, though Tsurumi weaponises his trauma to build a fascist cult of personality, while Sugimoto fights to protect human connections. The background society is defined by the aftermath of imperial expansion, ethnic marginalisation of the Ainu, and military conspiracies involving rogue elements of the Japanese army. Systemic conflicts are driven by the scramble for the Ainu gold reserve, which various factions intend to use to fund independent military uprisings and political revolutions. The plot moves forward as multiple independent intelligence groups, escaped convicts bearing tattooed maps, and native freedom fighters clash across snowy landscapes and urban centres. The characters find themselves caught in a complex web of historical forces, where individual survival is constantly threatened by larger political machinations.
The pacing is famously eccentric, shifting abruptly from heart-pounding military shootouts and grim survival scenarios to absurd slapstick comedy and culinary deep dives. The story moves through intense territorial shifts, moving from wilderness survival in the northern mountains to urban warfare and industrial sabotage in Sapporo and Hakodate. Tension is escalated through shifting alliances, betrayals, and the convergence of multiple competing factions closing in on the final pieces of the coded map. The show keeps its intensity by balancing chaotic unpredictability with severe life or death consequences for failure. Visually, the show uses a grounded art style that emphasizes harsh winter environments, realistic weaponry, and distinct character designs that capture both comedic absurdity and terrifying mania. Camera angles are used to show tactical chaos and claustrophobic close-quarters combat, utilizing dynamic framing during snowstorms and industrial spaces to highlight isolation. Framing is used intentionally during character close-ups, capturing wild expressions that communicate the instability of a cast pushed past their breaking points. This visual style reinforces the gritty, unromanticized depiction of frontier warfare. The music and sound design play a massive role in setting the tone, featuring an orchestral score infused with traditional Ainu instrumentation, driving percussion and military brass that anchor the historical setting.
The sound design is piercing and visceral during combat, emphasising the heavy crack of service rifles, the crunch of deep snow, and the metallic clatter of equipment. The music acts as an emotional anchor, shifting from tense ambient soundscapes during pursuit sequences
to soaring melancholic melodies during quiet moments of cultural sharing, ensuring the dramatic weight is felt in every scene. The resolution demanded of these characters requires dropping nationalistic greed and personal vengeance in favour of protecting cultural heritage and finding internal peace. They are forced to face the reality that stolen gold cannot heal the wounds of history, requiring them to let go of the past to secure a future for the next generation. The final transformation of the participants involves stepping away from cycles of endless violence, proving that true survival is measured not by wealth, but by the humanity and respect one preserves along the way.